Joining with us today is Dr. Alice Wainwright Stewart, the President and CEO of Lakeland College. How are you doing?
Very good, Leo.
So let's go straight to the question. With the recent announcement of the federal government capping the intake of the international students, what do you think about that?
Well, I would say for Alberta and probably Saskatchewan and Manitoba as well, that we haven't had as many international students. Now, there's different reasons for that. The biggest reason for Lakeland is that we've been very careful on making sure that we can be sustainable as when we ask international students to come to Lakeland, we want to make sure that we have all of the pieces in place so that they can have a very good experience.
How many international students right now that is currently enrolled in Lakeland College?
Well, as of today, we have about 206 international students. And when we started down this journey of inviting international students to Lakeland, we looked at our region and said, at this point, we think about 300 will really be okay here at this region. We know that we are also looking at that because we're at 206 now. We do believe our region can take more. We are very aware of the job needs. And so Lakeland will do his part and make sure that we are providing housing, providing educational experiences for them, as well as making sure that they can have those part-time jobs that they need.
Will this changes or the announcement of the federal government going to affect Lakeland College in the future?
Well, right now we're waiting for two things for our government to do. One is to decide what are the caps for Alberta. We believe as a system-wide that our caps probably they may be more than some of the East because we don't have as many international students. So we have to wait for the government to make those decisions. But the other piece of that is that the government also has to provide attestation letters. And that's where making sure the immigrant piece of it that's not part of the college, they have to have those letters before they come in. So yes, there is some caps, but we do know that for our international students, we want to make sure that they come over to Canada and have a very good experience. So they have identified a little higher expectation for the money that they have here. We too have had experiences with international students that may have not had as much money as they need to have a comfortable experience. So I think that will be okay. The special thing, again, is I think they're really trying to hone in on what are the needs of Alberta, get that, understand that before they make some decisions. So at this point, we're waiting for the government. We also do know there's a lot of information out there and there's a lot of maybe misinformation for international students. So international students that are watching this, remember, if you have been okayed before January 26th and you have all your papers in place, you don't need to worry. We as an institution will make sure that we provide as much detail as soon as the government comes out with our caps and with how they're going to issue attestation letters. We'll make sure that you have that information. So if you don't know or you're feeling uncomfortable, contact Lakeland and they'll provide you that information.
If further information or further details about the international student cap, what it will be the next step or what will be the next plan for Lakeland College?
Well, in terms of our plan is that we can go forward as we've planned. We have 206 students at present. We, in the last 5 years, have indicated that we know that our region can handle 300 students. So I think we're in a very good place. And I personally, as a member of the CITL board, spoke with Minister Miller in the fall, and we talked about the rural areas a little different than what they're experiencing in the East. And I believe he's heard that, and I believe he's looked at Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba a little differently. And I think we're just awaiting, okay, what is that going to be? We do know nationwide that right now it's only Quebec that has the attestation letters. So everybody's trying to figure out how to go about and do that. So that will be the next step for us is, okay, once our students have their letters in place, it's business as usual for us.
Just a follow-up question for the people that wants to be an international student. what is the attestation letter?
That letter is a letter that is issued by the province. And without that letter, international students will not be able to get an okay to come to the institution. So it's very, very important. My understanding right now is that Alberta will be looking at how they're going to go about issuing those letters. We, as a post-secondary institution, have suggested make it as easy as possible. Utilize one of the systems we already have. We have a MindCred system. We have a few systems that we've suggested that they maybe use those systems to make it easy for the students.
Well, thank you so much for giving us the time and your thoughts about this current announcement from the federal government.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. And always, we love our international students that come to Lakeland. They provide a variety of experiences and a great opportunity for learning for everyone. So we look forward to having our international students and our domestic students to learn alongside each other.
Once again, thank you so much for giving us the time.
You're very welcome.